I didn't
Alright,
expect
so
it to stick, but it did. Oh, sorry.
welcome everyone back to yet another episode of this garbage of us fucking arounding for 3 hours and figuring out how to piss each other off. In our latest installment of Who the Fuck Done It, we're outside of the Nimbaloom estate with two of our players holding letters that conflict at the same time. And we'll eventually need to separate the party. But for now, you all are around the corner from the Nimbaloom estate, standing on a cobblestone road. While people relatively frequently pass by you. What would everyone like to do?
Has Nemo read the note out loud to everybody, or has Nemo just read it to himself?
Nemo would have read it out loud.
We all know, yeah, because we decided who's going with who.
Okay. Well, I thought that was out of character that we decided. Okay. Just wondering.
So, wait. Yours is at 10 o'clock, and yours is at 10 o'clock. What are we going to do? We can't. Does anybody know how to make clones?
What's a clock?
Clones.
Clown.
10 o'clock. What's a clock?
Oh, I'm sorry.
10 bells.
Scratch that.
What a
Put the
clock.
actual term. Thank you.
I thought you would answer in character and be like, oh yeah, you don't have clocks where you're from?
You don't have little clocks? Like little pocket watches. But you put them on a wall.
Do we have clocks in this world, actually?
There are technically clocks, but they don't go by
Timepieces.
they're like timepieces. They don't necessarily measure by 10 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
It's still measured as 10th bell, 9th bell.
Gotcha.
Half a bell, things
apparently
like
now
that.
has clocks.
I mean, everywhere has always had timepieces. That's kind
yeah,
of a thing.
yeah.
But they're not measured by our it's 5 o'clock or it's 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
Gotcha. Yeah,
It's
I just wanted,
it's half a bell
clarification.
past 5th bell.
Okay. I figured out how to make an excuse for this. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I call it. Because it goes click, clock, click, clock.
That's a funny name for that. Anyways, yeah, it's at the same time, I think. It's
What
bad.
am I gonna do?
Well,
I
we'll
can't
have to...
be in two places. I don't know that trick. Can I do that with my magic?
And she starts thumbing through her book that Fala gave her on druid magic.
Well, I'm sorry, Nemo. You're just gonna have to meet your brother another time.
And Nemo looks. Oh, Adam.
I don't think I can do that.
Well, why not?
When's this? Hold on. When's this party?
3 days from now?
3 days
3
from
days
now.
from now.
Yeah, fuck no.
Think about it. Well, how would you feel if you're like, hello, I has meeting with my brother that I haven't seen in a long, long time. And I scheduled this. And then you go, and then they're not there at all. And they just kind of, what's the phrase they say, stand you up?
Shut up.
Yeah. That. You'd feel really sad and hurt. Because it's because it's the brother you haven't seen in forever.
But I don't have a brother.
Well, you have a sister now, because you remember I'm adopting you.
Nemo pauses and he's like,
So imagine if you're supposed to meet
Yavari, and he points at Yavari.
Uh-huh.
but you go to that point and Yavari doesn't show up at all.
Yavari, why didn't you show up?
It's not a real thing. Oh God.
It's an example.
It's hypothetical.
You're supposed
Hypothetical.
to use your
Oh my God.
imagination.
I miss arms.
Use your noggin.
You're all trying to explain a conditional hypothetical to a man with like 8 intelligence.
You got to use
Oh, he needs to
your
start using that damn brain.
Listen, some of us will go with horns, and some of us will go with feathers.
Yeah, that works.
Mm,
We
As I
can't
said-
help you in the fight.
Hmm.
So,
There's 2.
What were you gonna say, Fox?
I was gonna say, as I said before, if people would like to rearrange where they go, I won't allow people to do it. Because I'm feeling nice.
I would hope so, since we're missing somebody too.
That's the other reason. Like, if y'all want to rearrange because Orion's not here tonight.
Also, we have an uneven number of people now.
I mean,
Yeah.
do we want to? Are we allowed to use one of our kind of playable NPC characters for this situation? I don't know.
In this
do
case,
we-
no.
Okay.
Because they could very well skew what I'm trying to push in terms of story.
what was our original setup?
It was Nemu and Findril were gonna go together, and then Fendril, Yavari, or Fenziris, Yavari, Basil, and Orion.
Yeah. So I mean,
So it's gonna
Because-
be uneven regardless.
yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest reason Orion was going with you guys is to be able to detect if there was cheating involved, right?
That, and if there was cheating involved, to use
Artemis.
Artemis to
yeah.
to even the playing field.
Hmm.
Mm.
Well, this is difficult.
As you guys are thinking, the seventh bell rings out across Waterdeep.
We got 3 bells to the well, less than 3 bells to the side because we still got to walk there
Yeah,
to
that's
other
true.
places. What do we do? I don't know who to choose. Do I go with Paul or do I go with Nemo? But Nemo needs support, but Paul also needs support.
And she just starts rambling and trying to decide who to go with.
Twitchy,
Yeah.
how far away? Where is your meetup?
How far would you say that would be, DM?
3 or 4 blocks.
About
So maybe like maybe in 5 to 10 minute walk.
it's about a 5 to 10 minute walk from here.
Okay. And then she'll look to Fenzers. And how far away is where we're meeting for your thing?
Yeah, how far away are we from that point as well?
The
You are
docks?
in the Sea Ward. Your thing is in the docks, which is the
Oh, that's far south.
very far south.
Yeah. So that's like what, 40 minutes to an hour walk minimum,
Yes.
maybe.
So you guys need to start fucking heading out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, soon.
Hmm.
So, how do we want to do this? We're gonna split up.
I mean,
Oh.
it doesn't seem like we have a choice right now.
Unfortunately.
So, who goes with who?
I mean, since I'm only one, either I can go by myself or or one other person can come with me, or all the rest of you go with Big Man.
Going alone is not allowed.
Always good
And-
to have a battle buddy.
Nemu nods.
This is true.
I could also send Siri with you.
Oh, this
Can you be that far away?
She's not a familiar.
Oh. Well, aren't you a bag of tricks?
However,
She hasn't been a familiar this whole time.
just letting you know, sending Siri, she can't give you the information.
No. She's would literally just be there in case a fight broke out.
Well, look, don't any of you worry about me. I can handle it. I can take that bitch down. He won't know what hit him.
And he punches the air.
But what if you? But if you need healing, you remember when you fought last time and that angel man like sliced and then you got double poison pus in your side and stuff?
That's not gonna happen again. And plus, I'm stronger than I was then. It'll be fine.
That's true. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. I want to go with both of you.
Look, I gotta start making my way over there. So, Basil, just do what your heart says, or, whatever. Don't worry about it.
And he'll start walking.
Well,
Walk.
I've waited a really long time to see this rematch, so I can't afford to miss it.
Nemu nods.
But, Twitchy, be safe.
Will do.
And whoever's going with Twitchy, look out for each other.
And so the two begin to walk away.
That's it? Just the two of them?
Hold on.
I would highly recommend it not be just the two of them.
Yeah, well, that's
All right.
Basil
You've
will
got a
probably
moment.
go
Fucking
with
breathe, woman. Damn.
We're doing it for
Ow!
dramatic effect. You have all the time you want to take. Trust me.
Okay.
Then, where do you think I should go? I'm confused. I'm not sure. I want to help both.
Well, think about the way you can help them, right? You can't really help Big Man in the fight.
Processing. Processing.
Sorry, processing. But if you're that torn up about it, just go with horns. I'll go with feathers. It'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Nemu chimes in.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just meeting my brother. You,
Blah 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 blah.
big man, is doing a fight. I think he needs more support, honestly, than I do.
And I guess I could, if he gets any cuts or anything, I could cure the wounds and stuff. I do know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Be safe. We'll see you back at the manor. Ta, Yavari, wait up!
You've already stopped.
And she runs over, and you just hear like pat 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 against the ground. And she catches up. And before they walk off, she'll turn and wave wildly goodbye to the other three. I'm including Siri in this. So.
Seriously, I thought.
Siri
Wait,
is back. Siri is back at the manor. She's not here right now. But
Oh, okay. Wave at the other two then. Sorry for some reason. Just
she
Siri
was only
there.
an option if we needed her. I try to
Uh,
leave her at the manor since she's.
Roger that. Okay. I guess I just imagine wherever Finn goes, Siri is usually there. So
Yeah, no, she's been back at the manor a lot since Teak and Kieran have been back.
okay, cool. Then yeah, she'll wave at the two before
Since
turning and leaving
Teak
with
has
Yavari
been
and-
back.
I meant in general.
But,
Thanks for that.
look, I'm just reminding you of the facts.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I don't.
my
I got
job
it.
as
It's
narrator.
logs.
But, So in order to do this, I'm gonna let everyone know I'm not removing you guys or splitting you guys off in voice chats.
Yay.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank
You all will be hearing this. However, outside of the peanut gallery,
Mhm.
I will ask that if you aren't a part of the group that is acting outside of the like inevitable oh god,
We'll just
No
mute
talking.
ourselves. We'll just mute
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just mute ourselves when you're working with the other group, and then.
no,
'Cause
it's
I'm-
fine. You're not gonna.
I
I'm not gonna let you.
can't!
Mute. No, don't you mute yourself. You're not allowed to mute yourself this time.
Damn.
Exactly
I'm
why
gonna
I'm
have
doing
an
this.
aneurysm.
That's too damn bad. So, who wants to go first? Want Nemo's group or do we want Fenziris' group?
Nemus group.
Oh, thanks.
What, Fenziris?
You don't want to do your fight
Look,
first? You don't want to do the
Look,
big
look,
shit?
I play a really confident character, but I'm freaking out, man.
I'm freaking out too. How do you think I feel?
You're just meeting your brother. I'm gonna go get my ass kicked.
I have family trauma.
We're about to be kidnapped.
We're gonna be fine.
I just know something's supposed to be happening, so I am a little nervous.
All right, we can do me and Feathers first. It's fine.
Okay.
Come on,
Okay.
Feathers.
You got this.
So as the group split, you and Nemu kind of wander through the city streets. It feels almost quieter walking the short distance to this park. People don't seem to really pay that much attention to you. You kind of just meander. Occasionally people seem to bump into you, mostly due to people carrying larger objects than they should be carrying, and them not being able to see where they're going. But otherwise, you kind of just have a casual walk to this park. As you arrive after 6 or 7 minutes, the park is nearly deserted. A single lone dead tree sits in the corner. And several sets of like playground equipment, swings and a seesaw and a merry-go-round kind of just lay unused. Clean, not completely just like trashed, but unused and not having seen use in a good while.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you two would like to do as you arrive?
Oh God.
It's a bit creepy and deserted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nemu just he kind of looks around. Seeing how familiar yet foreign all of this seems now to him. And just like kind of reflecting, I guess, about how his life has changed.
It does seem fairly foreign. The park itself seems almost disconnected, but people
Mhm.
swarm around you and around the park in relatively frequent numbers, but none of them cross or go through, so you all just kind of sitting in the middle of the square of passerbys.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Trash? Bindrel?
Finn is a little suspicious of this park, only because, like, why meet here, right? Because if Nemu's not having any, like, there's no, like, sentimentality or whatever on his face.
There you go, you got it.
Listen, I was getting there. And so he's like, why this park, you know? And yeah, I mean, they are meeting somebody, but are they for sure that he's a little suspicious, so he's kind of on kind of alert, watching, definitely noting that, like, people aren't entering the park, which, I mean, it's getting late at night. So fair. But yeah, I'm just gonna say he's just being vigilant and then keeping track of, like, Nemu's emotional status also. If the bird starts to flip out, he's definitely ready to Calm him if need be.
He's definitely nervous. Nervous and anxious. He hasn't been here for a very long time.
As you sit here, you hear as you guys walk into the park, you hear the swings kind of creak back and forth in the wind.
That's so creepy.
The grass kind of gently shift. It feels reminiscent of memory rather than an actual place. Like
Mhm.
something you'd see in a storybook. But as you guys arrive, you still have a couple hours to go. Is there anything you all would like to do, or are you all just kind of gonna chill and press the pastime button?
Is this time for Nemu pin bonding?
Is it?
It is.
Yes, give. Sorry.
So, have you been to this place before?
Yeah, a few times. Well, more than a few times, but it rather seems distant instead of familiar now. Emu doesn't know quite how to feel.
I mean, when's the last time you saw your brother?
It's been a few years. Maybe more than a few.
Well, your relationship ended on not necessarily a bad point, right?
No. Well, yeah, technically, but what Nemu meant to say is that Tuvali and Nemu have always had good relationship. At least that's what Nemu thinks on his side. Because I thought I had a good relationship with stepmother, and then for some reason she started disliking me, so I don't. Maybe I'm wrong about that too.
I doubt you'd be wrong about both.
I hope so.
From what you've said, your little brother doesn't seem to take after his mom, so I think you'll be alright.
Honestly, Tuvali reminds me, surprisingly a lot more of my mother than father or his mother, surprisingly. Kinda weird, considering they never met.
See, then you'll be fine.
Nemu nods in agreeance.
When you haven't seen someone for a long time, it's not like those memories fade or change, right? So just think of it as going back to, I don't know, I guess like going back to a place you've been before. You'll kind of just fall back into it. Like, nothing changed. Nothing happened.
Makes sense.
I want to use the idiom like riding a bike, but that's not a thing.
Relationships are like
but
riding.
that's you know that's the vibe. Like
Yeah.
you'll
Riding a
just
horse.
it's just like making a recipe you haven't made in a while. You're just gonna fall into it. It's gonna come naturally, and it's gonna be fine.
Everything.
Tivali was always a sweet boy. So I'm sure, yeah, it'll be fine.
Anything else from anyone? Either of you two?
I don't have anything else to say personally.
No, both awkwardly bad at small talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna force you two to get better at it, okay? But are you guys done for now? You guys gonna hit the pass time button? I need a consensual agreement
down
from the
with-
two of you.
I'm down with passing time.
I'm down with passing time as well.
Okay, you both press the big button that says pass time.
Yes.
As you watch, the hours seem to flit by not exactly quickly, but not slowly either. People come and go, some carrying baskets, some dressed in robes and fancy outerwear. Some with several lines of attendants behind them, some simply scavenging the streets, hoping to make another day happen off of what's dropped from the nobles. A couple times you see a few urchins running around the streets. You actually spot a couple of them actually pickpocket a couple of people successfully. And end up like kind of pointing and not necessarily calling them out, but like, hey, look at that. The clouds overhead begin to grow more and more overcast. The sky grows more and more overcast as clouds fill the air. And after what feels like an eternity, you hear the crunching of blades of grass as another figure enters the park. As you turn your heads, a taller owlin, dressed in much finer clothing and a small beret, kind of looks over at you all, you both. Eyes a little bit widening as he lands on you, Nemu.
Nemu kind of like gives eye contact, and then he kind of like he darts his eyes away, kind of very, very nervous, kind of scared.
What about you, Trash? Do you do anything?
I'm offended. Would be like not like right next to Nemu, like a little bit of distance, just so they could have, a little bit of privacy. But he's just watching. He doesn't know if this is Tuvali or not.
Correct.
He has no idea. So, but he's watching the new figure and also gauging Nemu's reaction. Just like, again, he's there for support, so he's just like at the ready in case he needs to step in.
Nemo, as your eyes avert, you see him kind of move quickly. You don't see anyone with him in that glance you took. Neither of you see anyone with Tuvali, or anyone that seems to have entered this park or even stood on the outskirts with him. And as he approaches, he walks closer till he's a couple steps away from you, Nemu, and then slows down. And you hear his almost soft rumble of a voice. gently seem to call out your name. Almost hesitantly, as if you would be a phantom or some apparition. And as if he's mistrusting his own eyes. And he goes, Nemu, is that you? Did you actually show up?
Neat. Oh, this is so cute. Damn it. Anyway, Nemu's ear feather things kind of perk up a little bit when his name is called by Tuvali, and he like kind of nervously fiddles with his fingers, and he perks up and says,
It's me.
As you say that, the taller Owlin, now recognizable as Tuvali, quickly closes the gap and actually embraces you, Nemu. He actually ends up lightly picking you up off the ground.
"Aww."
Which is something that you actually, a memory comes back to you of him doing this when you were younger and had just met him. As he had outgrown you fairly quickly. And rather than having you, or not him not having something to hug, he would just lightly pick you up and hug you. And so he embraces you, and you can hear between what sounds a little bit teary-eyed is he goes, "It's been so long."
Nemu kind of tears up a little bit, but he starts patting Tuvali and just like saying,
Okay, Tuvali, I'm right here. I'm right here.
After a second, he gently puts you down, and you see him actually wipe away soft little drops of tears that have coalesced under his eyes. And he goes, I'm glad to see you okay. I didn't expect to get a message from, well, I assumed it was you, but why now? What's going on?
There's something very concerning going on with the nobles. Well, not nobles, but noble house.
You see Tuvali kind of tilt his head a little bit.
Nemu like kind of sheepishly kind of looks around just a little bit, and he looks at Tuvali and he just asks him,
Are you going to the Castellanter's party?
You see him stop for a moment and look at you almost as if surprised. And the wings on his back ruffle a little bit. And he goes, yeah, Father has ordered me to go. Why do you ask?
You see, well, since I've been gone, I've managed to make friends.
and Nemu kind of gestures over towards Finn. And then he continues,
and
as you introduce him, Findrel, Tuvali kind of turns to you and like bows decently towards you. He doesn't necessarily interrupt his brother to give you his name, but he does bow towards you as a sign of, hello, friendship, respect.
Gotcha. Yeah. And would like like nod his head. Just like, oh, okay.
See, Tuvali's polite boy.
And, well, we help my friend
And he gestures over towards Findril, and he's like,
to get one of his other friends from the Castellanter estate because he was being hurt really bad. And we found other concerning things. And we think the Castellanters might be using this event as a possible means for sacrifice.
and he says this not loudly at all.
Yeah. Nemu takes a moment, or Tuvali takes a moment, and kind of processes this information. He looks back and forth between you and Findril, back to you, and he states this question openly to both of you, quiet enough that it won't echo beyond the park itself, but loud enough that both of you can hear. And he goes, so allow me to just get the story straight, because that's a lot you just said, brother.
Nemu nods in agreement.
And he goes, so the rumors were true, and you ended up pulling a creature that was rumored amongst the families to be a wormling out. Is that correct?
Nemu nods.
Finn's eyes narrow, but he doesn't react. Like, pardon?
And given Nemu's reaction, he looks over and he goes, and then you're telling me that this party is supposed to be some kind of sacrifice?
What we can tell, most likely, since they have a cult thing going on in their basement, it's kind of weird.
A cult? And you have any proof of this? He kind of looks a little like almost not sure what to think. He doesn't look like he doesn't trust you, but definitely that it is very, very, very wild to take in.
Understandable.
Finn will step up and pull out the mask that he has still, that they had found in the Castellanter, the fucking demon basement.
Yeah, the floor you fell through.
Yeah, he'll pull out the mask and go, 2 questions. Do you recognize this? And what rumors?
Tivoli kind of looks up at you, almost nonchalantly, even though you definitely are giving off a sort of like interrogation vibe.
Sorry.
He doesn't even seem to pick up on it. Like, it just passes right over him, and he kind of looks at the mask and goes, "Father has one of these."
Oh, sorry.
Finn looks sideways at Nemu for a brief second.
Nemu looks shocked, actually.
I never really knew what it was, but I saw it when he was closing one of his drawers a couple weeks ago. Other than that, I've not seen one of its like. As for the rumors, it has been rumored for a month or so now amongst the houses of Waterdeep that one of the noble families, nobody was sure who, one of the noble families had acquired a dragon wormling and had forged a pact with it.
Nimu looks up to Finn, be like the fuck?
Finn's like jaw like clicks for a minute because the fact that they're like, oh, they formed a pact, no, that pisses him off. But he's being very good and not emoting that. He's just gonna kind of the beginning of the statement is like through grit teeth before he lets himself relax a little bit and go. They held my friend captive and tortured him for their benefit, so there was no pact.
You hear him think for a moment. He looks towards the ground and gently like rubs between his fingers. And goes, well, like I said, it was only a rumor, but it was spread rather quickly, so there was a lot of doubt as to whether it was true. So don't expect me telling you this is truth. It's simply words that get around. As for other rumors, I don't have anything on me to like prove anything. I packed light and may have ended up leaving a dummy to fool father and mother. And he kind of trails off for a second. But this party that you're saying is a sacrifice.
Possibility. We could possibly be proven wrong, but we're fairly confident.
There's a second rumor about one of the noble families, about the Castellanters specifically, that I don't know if it's related. I genuinely can't tell you. But it's something I've heard people over talk about. And he looks down at Nemo and he goes, I've heard this party is being thrown for their children. Or that's the word amongst the nobles anyway, that this isn't just a party for Founders Day. It's to celebrate or something for their kids. Nobody's really entirely sure, just that it has something to do with the children.
Nimu looks over at Finn, and we know about that one letter, the intercepted letter, right?
Yeah, you all
Which
would.
one? We've intercepted a few letters.
The one where it says the boy will be ready.
Yeah. And we also We also kind of already know that the children were mentioned.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, my notes from last session didn't say.
That's funny because I never shut down the D&D server after last session.
Yeah, my notes are just blank. Which fine. Yeah, Finn is gonna kind of like shake his head a little bit and just go, if it's a party for children, why invite a whole ward?
Uvali kind of looks up at you and once again clacks, rubbing between his claws. And he goes, I don't know. Father and some of the other houses seem convinced that it's progress, a showing of reducing the divide between the classes. I myself am not entirely certain.
Well, seeing as how your father has the same mask, it's to say that he's probably in league with them, so
I mean, if that is true, if not that I don't believe you, but you'll forgive me if it's a little harder to believe that, you know, my own father is, or my stepfather is in a cult.
It is his bio father. Just to put out, it is his bio father. They're
Oh.
half siblings.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I have anything I can show him to prove.
But Tuvali looks
Cool.
over at the two of you and goes, if it is true, though, I can't necessarily trust Father. But I still have the authority of the house to send letters and things like that. If there's anything you wish to know, I might be able to find something out on it. I still have a lot of connections. And he kind of glances at Nemu and then looks towards the ground, almost like he's upset with himself.
Oh.
Almost as if he blames himself.
Oh. Nemu just like kind of touches his hand and like trying to like give comfort. Like a silent, it's okay.
Uvali kind of glances up at you, Nemu, and a soft smile crosses his face as he slowly collects himself. He goes, yeah. If I can try digging into things, but I won't be able to tell you anything for like a day or two. I don't know if that's enough time for you guys to do anything. I'm not going to be able to get out of going to this party.
Can you get us into the party?
Why ever would you want to go in if you're saying it's going to be a sacrifice?
If we can prevent it.
Uvali kind of looks at you like, for a second, like a shock of like, oh my god, you're insane. before like
Yes.
collecting himself. Like there's just the brief moment of that almost humanity that shows before he recollects himself into that noble's demeanor. And he goes, "Well, I can try and look at a few avenues, but that'll also take me a couple of days. And even if I do, it may be best for you guys to look for other options as well, just in case what I do doesn't work out. Because for the nobles, it's each person requires their own invitation. Each one of them was hand-deined for each person.
What about
The what?
Field board.
The what?
It's the field board, right?
what about the fieldwork people?
I mean, rumor is they're just letting them in as long as they look. And you see him visibly, like, almost look like he's disgusted with himself as he says this. As long as they look like, peasants. And the poor folk.
Nemu nods.
I have one last question.
If I can answer it all, say what I can. I don't have much more time I can spend. Mother tends to check on me every 15-20 minutes, and if she finds that dummy, well, there's going to be hell.
Nemu looks very concerned. Very concerned.
So, what question do you have?
Has your father procured or have you seen any weird I can't out of character, I can't remember exactly how they looked, but like the crystals
Oh, the
that were
white
like
crystals?
yeah, like the ones that were in like Tally's arm and
You see Tavali think for a moment and go, Father has like a crystal lamp, but it almost always stays off. 'Cause he almost never lights it. It's not like anything ingrained like you're saying, or...
Hmm.
It's the lamp. At least, that's what I assumed it was. What it looks like.
I hope it is.
Sussy lamp is going in my notes. After that, Finn would just nod, and then step back and just gesture to Nemu, being like, use the rest of the time wisely.
Tavali kind of looks down at you. Just kind of watching you, like, ingraining the sight onto his mind's eye.
Nemu's still very shy and definitely feels a bit guilty for like suddenly coming back and basically asking for a favor, right, like that.
Hmm.
So Nemu looks up at Tuvali and he says,
If any, if it looks like any trouble's coming up, he is
blah 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 blah.
Sorry.
then make sure to keep yourself safe and get out of there. Stop it. Stop investigating. I don't.
Nemu's very like scatterbrained is the best way to put it.
It's very evident that he cares and he doesn't know how to express it.
Tivoli kind of nods, almost hanging off of every word that Nemu speaks. He struggles to verbalize what he wants to say for a couple seconds, and then manages to say, "I will do my best. I can only hope you'll do the same, brother."
Nemu will. Nemu will do the best he can this time.
And you see Tuvali like beam with that, like absolutely ecstatic to hear those words come from you. Because that's the thing he's been worried about the most. It's not where are you, not what family you're with, it's are you safe?
He's such a good boy.
And for a second he hugs you again, picking you up lightly and gently squeezing you.
Nemu hugs back.
And actually he takes his wings and actually wraps around you.
Aww.
You and him, and you hear him whisper, "I missed you, brother. I'm glad I got to see you again."
Nemu says that I missed him too.
And after a couple seconds, he puts you back down and furls back up his wings and goes, I've got to get back, but I'll keep an ear to the ground regarding things, and I'll find a way to get something to you if I hear anything."
Yeah.
And with that, he nods and...
Hold on. Nemu just remembered that they did not tell him where how to contact them.
Well, technically, I mean, you can. He kind of figured that, like, using his connections, he'd find you, but if you'd like to, you can.
I feel that would be fair. I don't want him to overexert himself. He's a precious boy. Nemu
was just like, oh, we're located at the Troll Skull Manor in
what?
What?
What ward are we in?
North, isn't it?
We're in the north. Are we in the North Ward? Is
He's
that where
in
we
the
are?
North Ward.
I didn't
Okay.
understand what just came out of your mouth. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
See,
you're
the
good.
awful part is I understood every fucking word.
I know
I
you
was
did.
able
I
to
know
entirely process that entire, like, gibberish that came out of your mouth.
We're just fucking
Because
disassociated
you
for
know
5
me.
seconds.
Wait, we're located at the Troll Skull Manor in the North Ward.
You see his eyes widen for a second as seemingly some thoughts process through the back of his head, and he nods and gives you both a gentle clawed wave before...
Oh, wait, I have one more. I'm sorry.
It's like he keeps like starting to walk
he
away,
starts
and then
going,
Nemu
and
chimes
Nemu's like,
in.
"No, wait. What do you want to do?"
He has a lot to say. The last thing he'll say is that I hate fucking talking to Nemu's voice, so I'm just gonna say it just because it's fucking... Nemu has a very hard voice to do sometimes. Nemu will just say,
You picked
she would
it.
have liked you. That's all he says as he walks away, just saying she would have liked you.
He nods, once again smiles and gives you all a wave before heading off. And Nemu, you watch as Tuvali slowly walks off down the alleyway before he turns around a corner and disappears. And finally, you and Findrel are left alone again.
After Tuvali is gone, Nimu just looks to Finn and he's just like, he immediately says, he like kind of freaks out and he's like,
How is father connected to all of this? What has he done?
I hate to tell you, but your father's probably a part of the cult. Obviously. But we had already rumored that most of the noble families are, right? Most of the
Yeah,
not older ones.
and I all could hope that father was not like this.
I mean, who knows? It could also be that stepmom of yours, right?
Nimu looks very conflicted. He nods, but his confliction is with even though she treated him bad, Nimu I guess is the best way, tries to be respectful, even though she's not respectful to him, basically. But Nimu responds a second after, like,
Possibly. I hope not.
Yeah, be honest, Feathers. I really hope I don't meet either of your parents.
Honestly, me too. I'm good with just seeing Tuvali.
He's a cute kid.
Yeah. Tuvali's always been cute.
and
You should have told
Nimu's
him to visit you when the manor's fixed up.
I'm sure I'll get another chance at some point.
What time is it roughly for us?
Right now
Since
it is
this
about
encounter did not happen was a very short encounter.
it's between you're almost to the 9th bell.
Oh, so he came early. Right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he did.
Mmm. I don't like that. Numa, what does your letter say again?
What did it fully say? It was like, meet at this park 9th bell, right? Or at the 10th bell?
10th bell.
It was meet their 10th bell.
And it's almost only the 9th bell?
It's just gonna be there in a couple of minutes.
So he's like he's basically a whole bell early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Finn's like suspicion would be very evident on his face, and he would just look to Nemu and go, if your brother was so worried about time, why would he come a bell early?
I love seeing you guys get used to that.
Yeah.
Maybe he was excited? Hopefully?
Okay, out of character, I'm torn. I'm like, fuck, do we like wait in hiding to see who shows up at the 10th bell? It could be nothing, it could be nobody, it could be that Tuvali was just anxious. Or it could be something nefarious, or we head to Horns' fight That's true. We didn't check if it was actually him. Did anything seem off
Roll me
about him to
insight.
you, Nemo? Yeah, I'm like... Please. 18.
Nothing seemed off at all. If anything, he did seem genuinely like he cared. And a lot of the emotions you got from him were actually genuine. So if it was a fake, it was a really, really, really damn good fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thought process, just for transparency, going on in Finn's head right now, dealing with nefarious people sometimes, is like if the time on the letter, we just happened to get her early right, and that was good, because the time on the letter should have said, you know, like 9th bell, not 10th bell, and that the letter itself was like tampered with, but we got the letter directly from Mercy, right?
Correct.
I know my girl won't do me like that.
The question is not would she do you like that, it's would I do you like that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Finn would just look to Nemu. Well, Feathers, what do you want to do? Wait till another bell and see if anybody else shows up, or see if we can catch the... We'd probably get there around the middle of Horns' fight.
That's true.
I'm
Nemu
just
is-
saying it's a little suspicious.
Nemu is fine waiting if we need. If that's the better option, because I can understand that.
So
Alright.
what
But I
is your
suggest we do
decision?
it in hiding.
Nemu nods.
So what would you all like to do?
We're gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna stay in the park. Should we both hide?
Yeah, the question is,
Um,
how are you hiding? Because this is like an open
An
playground.
open park.
No walls, no true cover. Cover, like...
Are there... Are there, like, trees?
There is one lone dead tree.
Look, dead tree.
this poor tree.
I guess we're not hiding. We're just, we're there, but we're gonna be, like at the ready. Like, I don't... Like, how do I put this? I want it to be that it would be hard to, like, surprise.
Okay, so
Like,
alert.
watching and... Yes, like, alert, watching, waiting.
What about you, Nemo? How are you gonna...
I mean, Nemu would be very much on alert. Again. Yeah, he's definitely going to be very vigilant and keeping a eye out for anything weird.
Both of you roll me perception. If you don't mind.
Yeah. Being in an open field with nothing around us. I'm hoping we see something.
So the bell passes,
Mhm.
or gets very close to the bell. Ends up being what would effectively be the equivalent of like 9:55.
Mhm.
9:57, and you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Everybody still looks the same. People are still walking around Nobles around the playground, but nobody seems to be paying you any mind at all. For either of you.
Okay. That's good.
As the 10th bell hits, you wait a couple of minutes, and by a couple minutes pass, no one has shown up.
Hmm.
Well, it seems like it's fine.
He's still looking around, just in case.
Everything still
Yeah.
looks relatively normal.
Finn's still sus, but he's just gonna kind of shrug and go, well, I mean, I guess it's for the best. Maybe your little brother just has a trouble counting bells.
Nemu laughs at that. That gave him a very good chuckle.
Should we head towards, We don't even know where the fuck they went, actually.
All you guys know is the
The
docks.
South.
Yeah, should we start heading towards the docks? I
Um,
guess we didn't actually get where.
I'm sure we'll find out. Can't be. We'll find it.
Well, let's go. I don't like this place. It's creeping me out.
Fair enough. I don't really want to be here much longer either.
We're heading out.
So when you're heading out, are you just walking? Are you guys booking it to get down to the docks? How are you guys moving? Like, are you guys like leisurely strolling? Are you guys booking to make it at some point during this event?
We're relatively moving quickly, but not enough to like draw attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moderate speed.
I
Yeah,
will,
we're
I
not
will
like
let you all
full on
know.
fucking sprinting out of this park. We're definitely. I don't anticipate us making it for the fight, but we're just heading in that direction to meet them. Hopefully.
Okay, so you all begin moving, and I shall let you know when you arrive.
Yes.
On to the other three. You
Oh.
all slowly begin making your way down to the docks as we go back in time a little bit. And the walk is relatively almost ominous. The air is tense around the three of you. There's clearly some shit going on.
Mm.
But not regarding people around you. Just between the three of you.
Mm.
Is there anything you guys would like to do on the walk? I will let you guys do things until you tell me we would like to push the pastime button.
What's on your mind, Toad?
Well, I'm thinking back to the letter. Who the hell would he be talking about? He's got our friend. And why now?
Can't say, honestly, I'm not sure.
Well, let's see. When we let the trolls go, we saw Miss Ophelia and Miss Biff and Mr. Rail. And we saw Teak.
And she begins trying to remember everybody that she saw at the Troll's Call.
Wait, now that I think about it, Kirin hasn't shown up in a while. You don't think that he has Kirin, do you?
I don't know. If it was Karen, they'd probably be long gone. They'd probably never even tell us they had him, right? I mean, what
It's true. Unless
what
it's a
does he have to
lie.
gain by drawing? Unless it's a lie.
Like, he says he has a friend, but he really doesn't. He's just trying to lure you?
Ugh. I'm
Wait,
not gonna
I
turn
thought,
down the fight regardless, so.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, it doesn't really make sense that he would lie unless he really is a big, fat, stupid asshole.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, you've been waiting to take him on for, like, ever. Since
Well,
before I knew you.
that's not entirely true, Basil.
What do you mean?
Well, ever since that fight, after it, I felt like a shadow of my former self. I knew that something was wrong, but I didn't think that I was strong enough to take him on. So, even if there was an opportunity at one point to challenge him again and demand a rematch, I've been worried about taking it because I wasn't sure if I was enough for it.
I think you're enough. You're the strongest, bestest fighter I know.
He furrows his brow.
That makes me feel the good feelings.
In an no, more like when I say furrow, I mean like
I was just
unsure.
joking. I was just
Oh,
referring to
okay.
like Basil's words. Like, you're the best is stronger. Oh, that makes me feel the good feelings. Sorry, don't mind me.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to make it clear what the emotions are going on in case I misconstrued.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As he walks, he closes his eyes for a few moments in consideration.
I don't know. Yuvari,
Hmm?
what do you think?
I think you can do it. I have faith in you. I've seen what you can do. And like I said, I still see it in you. That passion, that fighting spirit. It's still there. It's just underneath a lot. But I've seen it peek out every day since I've joined the group.
Thank you,
Yes,
both of you.
she knows all your moves.
Some more than
Nice.
others.
Yeah. Um,
All
Smile.
you got to do is give them a hiya and a ya and a wah, and then I'll come in and kick him.
I don't think you'll be able to kick him, Basil, but
I mean, if he's already on the ground, I could. I could at least get his shins.
Oh, shit.
look, just because I want this to be a fair fight, one between just him and I, that doesn't mean he's not a bad guy. He may try to do something dishonorable, unfair, bad. And if he does, well, I wouldn't.
He stops for a moment. Uh,
You
I'd be
wouldn't.
happy to have you both by my side.
Hazel looks up and beams.
Of course. You're one of my bestest friends. We gotta stick up for each other.
Besides, I've been waiting a long time to see this match. I'm one of your biggest fans, so.
Oh, well, I'll be sure to give you an autograph later.
I would certainly hope so.
Yeah, my big brother Toll is really good.
oh my god.
So, what, are you two just gonna, are you two just gonna watch the match, or?
Well,
I
watch
mean-
it here, and then if he gets into any funny business, we can jump in and be like, hiya! I could
Hmm.
turn in. I could see if I could turn into a bear. I never tried.
If you think you could try that, I suppose.
I mean, I could turn into a bird and a snake. Why not try something bigger, like a bear? I could try.
I'm
still
definitely gonna
understanding.
pay more attention from the sides.
That's what I was actually gonna ask for, yeah. Keep your eyes out. If I got my eyes on him, I can't be watching around me, you know?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I can do that. I can definitely do that.
So. Oh, and if he really does have anybody held captive, make sure you two save that person instead. Don't worry about me, okay?
Yavari stills for a minute, looks a bit down, remembering something, and then just silently nods.
Oh?
I know you can take care of yourself, too.
Yeah, well, I hate that fucking girl. I hate him to have leverage over me. So, if you can do anything about that as soon as possible.
We can make it like the secret agent mission. Toll goes in, he fights the bad guy, the big stupid asshole, and then we sneak in the back, and we go, and we go free the captive.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm
we just
counting
go,
on you both.
go sneak around like da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And she's doing like stereotypical super spy moves, like sneaking in the dark.
Fenzer shakes his head at the sight.
We got this.
Finger guns.
Finger guns.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else want to say anything? I have nothing left to say. I'm ready to move on. How about you guys?
I'm ready when you are.
Yavari.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, you all three are consenting to push the pastime button.
Yes.
Try to fast
Push.
forward.
That button.
So, you all walk and you make it to the docks. And, Benziris, you begin to feel this almost mental pull, which leads you all down a couple of back streets to the site of your original fight against Krumgajon.
Dun, dun, dun.
A dockside arena built under a pier.
Oh.
As you enter, you go down several steps, entering the the space, except it is empty, minus 3 people who are clearly standing on the far side of the arena. All 3 of you spot them. They are not trying to hide. One of them is Krumgajon, and their axe in a hand.
That fucking bitch.
The second one is his drow mistress, Fair Lara. She's standing on the opposite side of the arena from him. And in the middle, clad in indigo armor, is none less than the Baron himself.
And it's the guy. Is it the guy we ran into?
It is indeed that guy.
Hey, isn't that the guy that walked into Miss Ophelia and Kirin and the Finidrow?
Were you there for that?
I think Basil was. Or was that just
No,
Ophelia?
No,
Nemo.
that was just Ophelia and Finn and Kieran.
No, it was Nemu.
But-
Nemu, it was.
But they
so-
did tell him about it afterwards, didn't they?
So no, what happened was something was happening, and Nemu ran into him.
Yeah, Nemu was the one that ran
Yeah.
into him. And he apologized and went on his way, and you all thought nothing of it.
Yeah, I don't think they told, so
Oh, I thought they
Yeah.
did. Scratch what I said then. My apologies. I thought they told. My bad.
out of character
I
I'm
don't-
screaming, but in character you have no idea.
So I'm guessing that's the big fat asshole.
She points to
Mhm.
Krumgajon.
I don't know who
Yes.
that lady is. And I don't know who that guy is, but he looks like he might go visit Zoblob.
As
He's wearing
you,
a lot
Um,
of hair, pero-
Oh no.
as you all enter, the gates open all of their own accord, leading a straight path to the arena.
and we continue walking.
That's for Laura there. Watch out for her.
And he points to the drow.
Basil will glance over in that direction.
Okay, Filora.
Bitch.
And that guy, I don't know who. It's-
Neither do I.
Basil will
And-
continue following Fenziris and stop whenever, or like stop right behind him whenever he stops.
Yeah. We're just walking. We're walking in. We're marching up to
Yeah, so you guys march up to the entrance to the arena. You don't step foot in it yet, but you
Yes.
can see the 3 of them standing there. Krumgajon and Fairlara themselves have made no movements towards you. No readying of spells, no readying of their weapons. However, the man in purple in the center in the indigo armor appears to have his hands full. In one hand, he appears to be carrying something red, and in the other hand, down at his hip, he appears to be wielding some form of device. Long barrel with
like-
a trigger.
I'd like
He's back in
to
heat.
close. I'd like to, from where Basil is standing, try to get a good look at these items, like to determine what they could be.
Roll
if
me
possible.
perception.
Okie dokie.
He's got something red. I hate my life.
I don't know shit.
You can see him flipping this red item in his one hand, just kind of tossing it up and catching it as it flips around. But his other hand is down at his hip, and you're unable to see anything other than the top of it.
What does he have? He seems
Hmm.
very handsy.
Can
Oh,
Yavari go look?
wrong choice of words. Sorry.
I
Can
know
you-
this.
Can Yavari get a close
Basil
look from
doesn't
where
know
she's
this.
standing?
I will let you roll it, but you will roll it with disadvantage if you choose to.
Okay. So what am I rolling?
Perception. Perception with disadvantage.
Okie doke.
She's too busy staring at the beat.
I was gonna say 2 20s, but 2 16s. All right.
Fucking great.
So I need you to roll me normally Yavari. Let me actually see here.
I'm so glad I have food right now.
I need you to roll me insight.
Okay.
I love how you don't sound confident in any of these decisions.
Dude.
I just need you to
I'm
keep
just-
saying okay and then roll because you're doing great.
I
In
mean,
one
I'm prepared.
hand is a ruby horn, clear cut gemstone, translucent red. Broken at one end. Small bits of ruby dust falling to the floor. Yavari. In the other hand appears to be a more mechanical type device. There's a barrel with 6 or 7 inches. A trigger. You assume it fires a projectile of some sort.
Do I recognize either of these items?
You recognize the horn as the one that was not cut off of Kirin when he gave you all the diamond horn.
All right. Yavari is gonna like intensely look, and then once she kind of like puts two and two together, recognizing the horn, she immediately glares, and her hair starts to flare up in like a purple flame at the ends. That son of a bitch.
Basil will hear that and look up, and I'm guessing she would notice the hair.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy, what's wrong?
Yavari's tail starts thrashing angrily slightly. That's Kieran's horn.
What? Why does he have Kieran's horn?
Because I think the friend he has is Kieran.
I want to commit
And
genocide.
And my guess was right. I really didn't want it to be true. I just got him back.
Panzeris, what about you? What are you doing?
I'm just staring daggers at Crumgajon's stupid fucking face. This motherfucker.
He looks at you, but oddly enough, he's not making any moves. It's almost as if he's holding back on purpose and not walking towards you. In fact, it seems like the three of them are waiting for you.
I call out in a booming gladiatorial-esque voice. I don't know. Crumgajon! Dirty tricks, holding people hostage.
Crumgajon doesn't respond, however, the man in the purple armor does. A deep, but not very deep voice emanating out across the room. He isn't holding anyone hostage. I am. You want your rematch? Come fight for your friend.
I look at Krumgajon and Farlara's face to see what their reaction is to this.
Their faces are completely stonewalled. There is no happiness, no sadness. Their expressions are completely plain at this point.
Do I find that odd?
Not
Does that seem
necessarily. It's definitely it's a little unusual, but not enough to be like, huh, wow. Krumgajon has been straight-faced before, and so has Farlara. It's not super common, but it has happened before, and you have seen it.
Fine. And I carefully I glance down into the ring to see is there like any like magic seals or traps or something that would be laid out in front of me if I were to step further forward into the ring proper.
The arena appears to be made out of sand for the most part. Pretty compacted sand, but sand nonetheless.
Right.
You do not see any seals or incantations or circles drawn in the sand.
Okay, looks safe enough. I whisper to the others. You two stay here. Keep an eye on them. And I vault over whatever I'd imagine like a small fence or a small gate or something. I step into the ring in however I have to get into this ring.
Good. You've decided to take the rematch. Come, step forward. The voice seems to command authority almost. It seems almost a little bit amused at this showing of power.
I snort and grit my teeth a little bit as I hear this highborn attitude coming from this guy. And I'm a little bit irked by it, but I do step forward to approach the center of the ring.
As you step forward, the three of them take one step forward each. The man in purple holds up the crystal horn. And for a second you see the faint echo of crystal and dragon wings appear on his back as a circle actually presses itself into the sand around you, around everything in this arena, them included, and begins to glow with a soft blue light. There. Now we can talk like civilized folk. You're here for a rematch? If you have any questions regarding the conditions, now is the time to ask them.
I glance back at Yavari and Basil. Do I still see them?
Yes.
Are they? Does it seem like they're not? Are they?
This circle only affects the arena. You, Krumgajon, this man in purple, and Farlara. Basil and Yavari are not affected by it, and from the inside, you can still see them, and they look fine, if a little worried.
Basil is also glaring at this bitch, and her tail is wagging furiously with tiny fury.
I look over at Krumgajon and then Farlara, and then back at Krumgajon, and then I squint my eyes, seeing, I don't know, does he look, I don't know, enhanced? Does he look, or does he seem normal? Does he seem the way I remember him last, or has something changed about him?
He looks, for the most part, the way you've seen him before. He looks a little bit like he's kept up on training, you know, like he's prepared for this. But otherwise, nothing out of the ordinary. The same with Fair Lara.
I then look to the man in purple armor with the shimmeries, the shimmers. And I say, the match is between me and him. No one else. No tricks.
Very well. And you see Krumgajon step forward and he says, well, we'll just remove ourselves then, won't we? And you see him hold up this device in his other hand to Fair Lara and pull the trigger. And as the bullet leaves the gun, Fair Lara's face implodes. And her body crumples to the floor.
What?
There. Now it's a one-on-one fight.
What's going
I don't know.
Benziris, does like a long, hard blink, trying to not let this rattle himself, as any kind of weird mind games is sure to lead to loss. So he steels himself and then stares straight ahead at Krumgajon and just puts the impending battle first in his mind.
Anything else you'd like to ask or state? The man in purple asks you.
Well, we get our friend back alive if I win, right?
Potentially.
Potentially.
Your letter said we get it back!
I said you could fight for him back. But since this is a zone in which I cannot lie, I can say your friend is alive.
Is that him there in your hands?
No.
Then who is that?
The horn? My property.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is my bad. I'm slightly confused. For some reason, I was thinking like he had like a literal like guy with a bag over his head, and that the gun was to that guy's head. Am I crazy?
So what he did, he was standing in the middle. So if I am doing this freeform, so you have the arena, right? I need to draw on something that isn't. You have the arena, right?
Yeah.
You have the three of them here, here, and here. Now think of it a little bit more symmetrical, but you'll get the idea.
Yeah.
This is Krumgajon. This is the guy in purple. This is Fair Lara. A zone appeared in this entire section, and you went, I want this to be a one-on-one fight. And he went, then it will be. And he turned and murdered the fuck out of Fair Lara, whose body is still lying on the ground. He then dropped the gun to his side, still holding it, and has continued to talk to you.
Okay. I understand now.
And when you asked him, is that our friend, he assumed you were talking about the horn.
Right.
To which he responded that it's his property.
Kieran belongs to Nolan! You stole that from him!
I simply took what was already mine, little one.
It's not yours! Kremkajan, I've been premeditated Prongja's a big fat asshole, but I see you as the big fat asshole!
Glare.
He actually ignores your little outburst. his gaze instead turning back to Fenziros. So, are you prepared to fight? Or should I kill your friend too?
I begin drawing my pen axe. Look, taking a fighting stance. Whether they can tell that it's an axe or not.
The man in purple seems to take this as an acknowledgement of the fight, and with a wave of his hand, the glowing blue circle dissipates. And Krumgajon steps up as he steps back and exits the back of the arena. But does not leave the like venue. He's just on the outside like Yavari and Basil are. And you see Krumgajon ready his axe. And look at you. He doesn't say anything, simply readies himself.
Huh.
Waits for you to take the first move.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say something to him. I'm gonna taunt him a little bit. And I say, huh.
Working for a guy like that now, huh?
You see him look at you and his eyes flick towards you.
But no other response.
You see him think for a second, not once distracted, but the gears processing. And he goes, you chose your path just as well. You know that just as well as I do.
Just let him kill your girl there, eh?
He starts to circle, like walk in a, like a circle, but keeping the distance.
Krumgajon mirrors you, staying on the opposite side of the arena. And he goes, you have no idea what I get from her being dead.
And I take a few more steps. Before saying,
well, don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll join her.
And then, with the free hand, he's gonna fire an Eldritch Blast, taking one hand off the axe for just a moment to.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh, I wish it was a 13 instead.
So you actually get the two beams. So go ahead and roll to hit again.
Thank you. Ah!
Which both miss. And as you shout this out, Yavari and Basil, you watch as these beams, as he like almost just turns, and the beams go past him, hitting the arena walls.
Ugh, damn.
And then.
Is that all you got, little
let's
bull?
see.
I thought you were better than this.
Oof. That does hurt. That hurts a lot.
Yeah, I get to be the ass now.
Oh!
Now you do, yes. Let's see. I'm not gonna use that yet. I'm gonna give me an idea about the distance of the arena we're talking about here.
There is about. I will remove this later, but for now. It is about this size, each square being about 5 feet if you look up on the map a little bit.
Yeah. I will use that as a guide, I suppose.
I was
Oh, I can't
trying
think
to
of the collection
fucking make a map the other day, but I had a fucking issue and lost it all, and I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna draw it on the fucking map.
Okay, that's fine. I don't mind.
Got angry at myself. I did stress eating icing. I was very upset.
That makes both of you stress eating. Okay, so I'm actually okay. So the arena is like big enough to where it's like even if I backed against the wall, that would still be like, oh, you're well within running distance. Okay, I'm gonna. No, I can't prepare an action because I've already used my action. I hold my place from where, you know what, I end my turn. There, we'll just say that.
So Krumgajon continues to circle with you as far as you go and stops when you stop. And he goes, well, if you're going to use magic, I suppose there's no reason I can't. And you see him seemingly disappear from where he's standing
Mm-hmm.
and appear within 5 feet of you.
Oh shit.
At which point he is going to attempt to hit you, which does require a 15 to hit for those watching.
Yes, it does.
And these are going to be public rolls.
Oh boy.
So you see him come down, and you as well manage to dodge out of the way. Did that not
Cool.
show as public?
It didn't for
No.
us. No.
Oh, is it because I have someone selected? He rolled a fucking 2. There we go. I'll make it public.
Oh, okay.
Apparently it didn't. I set it to public roll and it didn't do public roll. Oh well.
Oh well.
There you go. There's your fucking roll. He brings the axe down, and you manage to sidestep it a little bit, but he is now right in front of you. What would you like to do? Both of you have missed attacks.
Yes, we have. Then I will, taking the momentum from the sidestep, I will then spin back around with my axe and attempt to cleave him with it.
Roll to hit.
Hey!
Yo!
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Get him, Toll!
Fuck him up.
And you bring it down and you cleave through, make a decent sized gash in his side. He's clearly weakened, but he's not down or out for the fight.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to use Hammering Horns
Okay.
and buck him away from me.
Which does fail. So you
Yes.
actually manage to lean down and rush forward and push him 10 feet away from you. Is there anything
So I
else
see
you'd
you
like to-
got some.
Yeah, I'll taunt some more.
I see you got some new tricks too.
He doesn't respond to that.
Um, And I end my turn, still holding my position.
I don't.
It's at this point that Krumgajon kind of takes a step back, having been pushed out of melee range. And you see him reach down and run a hand over this gigantic gash, and you see most of it close up in a small sparkle of green light.
He knows healing magics.
That fucker.
Oh, this isn't going to be easy.
And with that, it's once again your turn.
So it's like that, is it?
And
It is at this point, by the way, Nemu and Findrol, you managed to get there and arrive at the venue.
Fuck yeah,
Do you guys wanna
mates.
do
Let's
anything?
go, motherfuckers.
So you walk in to see
We
this
found
fight
it.
going down. You see the guy in purple armor on the far side of the arena. If Yavari and Basil are here and here, he's all the way up here.
Hold on, I guess you should. Okay.
If Yavari and Basil at the south end, he's all the way up here at the north end leaning over. And both of you see him just flipping this red crystal in his hands.
Do we hear?
I'm gonna
them
die.
approach? Do we hear them approach?
Yeah, you hear them enter.
Basil's ears will kind of twitch, and she'll look behind.
As- hold on. As
Well,
soon
hold
as
up.
hold up.
Hold the fuck on.
Holding.
When Nemu sees this, he immediately I assume he recognized it. And he grabs Findrol's pant leg.
Die.
And he looks up at him with concern.
How far is this bitch from me?
Little over 60 feet. Maybe about 65, 70.
Okay. And now that... Alright, so... After I said, oh, so it's like that, is it? Fenziris will point... will take a pointing pose with his left arm outstretched, and he'll say Kachiga.
I really thought you were gonna do anything else.
Of course, it's Kachiga.
Kachiga and Kachow. That's what it is now. That's I said I'd do it, and that's what it is. And and I don't know, his eyes glow or something.
Okay.
So. And then he'll maintain his position and wait for his next move.
Is that all you're doing? Okay.
Yes, that's all I'm doing. That's my action.
At this point, you see Hermogen take his next turn to, once again in a sparkle of green light, close up the rest of the wound that wasn't closed the last turn, and look at you. And once again, it is your turn.
And now I'm gonna... What's the approximate distance you'd give us between us two?
About 20 feet.
About 20 feet. Okay. Then now I'm gonna rush at him, and I believe this is how this works, but I'm not much of a magic user, Fox, so you'll have to explain it to me. But the way I believe that I understand this is if I use Booming Blade, I can use it with the melee attack, right? Like that's how it works.
Yes.
Okay.
It
So I'm
becomes a melee
gonna
attack, and if it hits, then effects happen.
Okay. So I'm gonna use that with my axe.
So go ahead
So,
and...
do I-
Are you gonna go up the 20 feet then and...
Yes, I'm gonna charge him.
Okay, charge him and then roll me your melee attack.
Okay. And I shout, "Ka-chow!" Oh wait, I get an advantage, don't I? Because of
Yes,
my
so go ahead and roll it again.
true strike. Okay, good. Just in case, let's hope for that we get the. Nope, I'll take the 16.
You cannot use them instantaneously back to back, Findrel.
Fuck.
They require like a solid 15-20 seconds in between use.
Can Basil tell them what happened?
Yeah, if you guys want to take a moment, if Anziris is okay with us, take
Yeah,
a
yeah,
small
pop it.
aside.
Okay.
I would like to ask first, does this guy notice us at all?
Yes, he is aware of all of you.
Damn it.
Nemo,
Damn.
it's Kitten. He has Kitten.
I mean, I figured as soon as I saw what he had in his hand.
I'm gonna attack him.
I'm gonna go kick
called
that guy's
Kitten his
ass.
property.
So I'm gonna attack him. I need you all to know I'm gonna die right now. It's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna go attack him. Yeah.
He has a boom thing. It killed her and made her face explode.
And points to the dead body of the imploded the body of the imploded faced Laura.
Does Nemoon recognize it as a gun since he has,
He has a gun.
You do recognize that as a gun.
Oh, that's a
That is a
gun.
very high-powered pistol.
He has a gun.
A gun? What's that?
Damn, Nemo should have learned. Fuck,
We can
she
make
made
it.
him do target practice. God damn it.
Seems we should have learned how to use gun or bow, for that matter.
I'm not gonna pull away from Fenziris' moment, so I'm just gonna type my shit in chat.
Well, no. We're on the aside. What do you want to do? I'm not gonna
Yeah,
let you
go
be
for it.
quiet. As much as you keep damn well trying to shut yourself up, I'm not gonna let it happen.
We'll just pretend that this is all like Dragon Ball Z shit, where they're just like
It's all happening
hitting each other,
simultaneously.
and then
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is a big event, so I'm gonna be
Um,
flip-flopping back in between because this fight is
is-
gonna be going on for a bit.
Can I go around the arena, right? Or would I have to pass through the arena to get to him?
You can go around the arena, but it is a maze of visitor stands that are too high to simply climb across.
like an amphitheater.
Yeah.
So you would have to navigate your way through the maze, and he would have vision of you the entire time.
But I only have to stop for 15 to 30 seconds. Mm. Yeah, I mean, I don't care if he can see me. I would be.
Yeah, I know you don't care. I'm simply stating it for the facts.
I would be. Yeah, Finn would be moving. I mean, what is my dash? Just doubles my movement, right?
Dash doubles your movement, but you can't take an action afterwards.
Correct. Hold on, there's a cat in the lap and he needs to move. I need to focus.
We're having an
Um,
existential crisis.
Oh, you have no idea.
Just you wait,
Um,
darlings.
mm,
I know you keep warning me.
I can use it as a bonus action because of my step on my wind, but I'm technically not in combat yet. Mm. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna say that I'm moving forward towards him.
Okay.
Like just straight up gives no fucks, full like if he looks at me, I'm making eye contact, like
Yeah, his eyes
you-
flash up and look at you, but they look at you almost like uninterested.
yeah, that's fine. He can be uninterested.
He continues to twist this crystal in his hands. This echo of crystalline wings still protruding from his back.
Mm. I'm just gonna say, yeah. Because he's over here, right?
On this circle up here near the Garrets, which is a far better circle than the little one I've drawn.
Okay, yeah.
This is the fighting arena, the size of it.
Okay.
You guys are starting down here-ish. He's
Mhm. I'm
all
just
the
gonna-
way up here.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm
you
just
either
gonna...
have to start mazing your way around the sides.
Yep.
Alright,
So
oh,
while I'm doing that, you can continue beating him.
Uh-oh.
Now, can we
I'll
turn
pause
off
here.
walls for a minute so I can phase through the walls?
Yes, I can.
Where did everybody go?
Uh,
Oh, we're over here now. Got it.
can I just move this and move people? No. We put it here and make it a little bit easier. Let's put it here.
Okay.
And I'll just, yeah, you guys can move around the outside. That way you guys have most of the space around.
That works for me.
Because like I said,
Yeah,
I
we'll
intended to
stand
make a
here.
map, and then the map didn't work, and I ended up stress eating chocolate for 2 hours.
fair.
And that became a
So
fucking
let's see,
problem.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. So yeah, that's the yeah. So I had rushed at the guy and I was attacking with booming blade.
So as Findril begins to move, he does notice you, Findril, but seems almost unamused and uninterested, much more interested in this fight going on with Fenziris.
Okay.
Almost as if he doesn't consider you a threat.
Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't faze me.
But Fenziris, as you land down, you do hit him, so go ahead and roll your damage.
16 hits, yes. All right. So does it do? How does the booming blade damage work precisely? Well, the booming blade says it doesn't affect it until the target makes an attack or makes a move, right? So we're not going to worry about that.
The target it takes damage if the target moves a
Right.
certain amount of space, then it takes the damage. If
Okay.
not, it doesn't
Doesn't do anything.
yeah, until the start of your next turn. So because it's just the two of you, if he doesn't do anything this turn, it's not going to do anything.
Okay. So we will do the regular Penax attack or damage.
So once again, you carve into a slice off of his arm. His free arm, this strip of flesh falling to the ground with a soft thud, sand kind of billowing around.
And sorry if I'm not trying to interrupt. What's my next move? Because I can still use my bonus action, right? So
Yes.
Let's not use our rage until we need to use our rage. I can't use that because that wasn't a first level spell yet. I'm gonna use Hammering Horns again
Okay.
to push him further back.
So go ahead. Let me actually roll that for him. Once again, that requires a DC of 14,
Yes.
which does succeed. So you do
Oh,
manage
shit.
to, no, you do manage to push him. You succeed.
Oh, cool. And he gets knocked 10 feet away. Cool.
Which the movement does count. Actually, no, it doesn't because
Does?
that's unwilling.
Yeah.
Aw,
I didn't realize it said willingly.
damn.
And finally, I retreat 10 feet because now he's out of range and I use 20 feet because I have a movement speed of 40 and I ran 20 feet to get to him. So now I can move back. So now he has to come get me.
Just a moment. Can we share what Krumkajon looks like real quick?
Yeah, you can
that
post
okay?
him in the
Oh
bar.
yeah.
Yee. Thank you. That is all.
Actually, we'll put him in as the little image.
Oh,
Even
if you
better.
want to share him because I didn't have him downloaded when I should have.
ooh.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'll even turn my little icon because currently that's the way he's facing. Let's see. Haha.
so you just like flip.
Yeah.
He flips his
Diavari, would you
cape
like
back
to
and
share
forth. He
him?
flips his cape back and
Since I believe you were
I
the one
mean,
that drew him.
yes, but do I directly send it to you or do I put it in the bar?
Put it in the bar.
Just-
Let everyone see it.
Okay. Okay. And do
This is your moment.
I mean, I
this
wouldn't say
is your
that,
moment.
but I mean, I want to be
Show us the picture. This is your
the
moment.
more visuals, the better.
As
you know?
this is happening, Bindril, what are you doing?
As soon as I get close enough, I would like to Starlight step, like right, I don't care, like next to him, in front of him, behind him. I give no fucks and try to smack the shit out of him with Nahara, please.
Go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Oh, I have to remember how to roll. Oh, there she is. Disadvantage. Oh. Am I rolling? I'm rolling to hit, right?
Yes.
Disadvantage.
As you do this, as you disappear, his eyes glimmer and so does the crystal that he's holding. And under his breath, everyone sees him, everyone other than Xeris who's focused on the fight sees him utter something under his breath, and a gemstone shield just appears around him, completely negating your attack.
Oh, damn.
And he looks over at you and goes, "You're pretty boring."
Oh, what?
Damn.
And that's not your magic.
Technically it is, darling.
Oh,
My property. And then he
Oh.
turns and looks back at the fight, completely uninterested in you.
I want to hit him again. Oh, I can hit him again. I forgot. I'm a monk.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been in combat with Finn in
Leader.
so long. Oh, but I can't hit him with an hard. Just be unarmed. Right? Yeah.
Yes.
This is a disadvantage as well.
Yep. This is also blocked entirely by the shield, which doesn't even seem to take a dent or crack.
Yeah, go lay down.
There you go. Now he's on the field.
Oh shit. Nemo by this point has realized that he's bumped into him before. And Nemo just goes,
Oh my.
and he turns to Yavari and
Basil, and he's like, do you guys happen to know who he is?
No.
I'm pretty sure Finn has inferred it by now.
but Nemo says,
I bumped into him the other day.
You did?
Yeah, I
When?
accidentally ran into him.
Where?
was it on the way to the market or was it on their way to go get the scale?
I think it was the
scale. I think it was
scale.
scale, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Correct.
Because Ophelia was with them.
Yeah, and so
Well, we were going to go get the scale.
Shit.
Wait. We
You
had
sure
Kieran
you-
with us.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you knew where Kieran was.
Yep.
So,
As we continue this wonderful, wonderful encounter, you once again see Krumgajon run his hand over his arm, and the flesh actually seems to regrow in this sparkle of green light. And he actually goes to take a step forward, a couple of steps forward. I'm going to ask that you go ahead and roll your booming blade damage.
woo! I'll take it.
0 plus 1d8. Suddenly a seeming echo emanates from him, ricocheting around the room and causing him to stagger for just a second. And with that, it is indeed your turn again, Fenziris.
You can't keep it up forever.
And let's see. Then he's actually gonna cast another spell. Let's see.
Magic time,
How-
baby.
I'm using all my cool new abilities. How much distance is between us? I need the ruler. Perfect. I cast witch bolt. I guess consume the spell slot. There we go.
Ka-chow!
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit with it.
Her chow.
Ka-chow!
Go ahead and roll your damage. As the lightning bolt extends from your hand, connecting with Krumgajon.
Oof.
That's a little bit underwhelming.
That is underwhelming.
But as the lightning hits him, it does shock him a little bit, and you keep that line open. Do be aware that does require concentration.
Okay. I will hold my position.
Yeah, so you're unable to do anything until you wish to break this. That
Mhm.
requires concentration.
Okay.
However, he simply sits there and actually, you see him warp here
Oh
and
shit.
gesture at you to come at him.
Did that break away from the from the spell?
No, the witch bolt is still on him.
Okay.
He can't stop that.
Okay.
Because he's also still within the range.
Right. And real quick, explain to me concentration, because I'm a novice at magic, and this is the great time to start understanding some shit. So what can I do and what can't I do with concentration?
Sure.
DM my lord.
So concentration is a mechanic that some spells will require you to have. If you lose said concentration, the spell automatically ends. There is no ifs,
Okay.
ands, or buts. You'll have to completely recast it using whatever you need to recast it to regain it. If it does require concentration, it will tell you how long, meaning this will only last 1 minute, which is effectively one turn or a couple of turns. Normal activity such as moving and attacking doesn't interfere with concentration. But a couple other factors can. If you take damage, you have to make a saving throw. If you lose that saving throw, you fail the concentration. And you lose it. If you have to cast another spell that requires concentration, you lose it.
Okay.
If you are incapacitated, you lose concentration.
Yes.
There are
Makes
also
sense.
the occasional environmental phenomena that may happen, such as for a wild example, if you're on a ship and a wave crashes over the ship, that may cause you to lose concentration because of how much it hits you.
Makes sense.
Things like that.
Gotcha.
Question.
Yes.
Just so for my understanding too, because I'm curious, what if the spell specifically says something? So, like, I'm reading, and sorry if this changes anything. I'm reading Witch Bolt, but it says the spell ends if you use your action to do anything else. So it's like normally, if it doesn't say that, then it's like, oh, he could use his action as long as it doesn't involve concentration, or is it because this spell specifically says
It's
it
because
ends
the
if you
spell
do
specifically
anything else?
says.
Okay.
Most spells will just stay on. However, this spell explicitly states that. Meaning if you don't use your action to activate Witch Bolt, it ends.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Thanks for pointing that out, because yeah, I was gonna ask the same thing anyways. Okay, so he moved and ended his turn.
Correct. Taunting you in the process.
Okay. And then, so when it says anything else, do anything else, does that refer to action only, or can I make a movement?
You can move.
Uh-huh.
Movement is not considered an action. However, if you were to use your action slot for anything other than reactivating Witch Bolt, it ends.
Understood. Then I'm going to circle him. Within the range. Oh God, what's going on? Oh, that's the ruler. That's why it's dragging me all over the place. I'm going to use my movement and circle while staying within range of him, and say, "I'm not falling for your tricks." And that's it. And I reactivate Witch Bolt, and yeah.
Okay, go ahead and recast it, but don't consume the spell slot.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. That's neat. All right.
That way then you can re-hit with it. You can just
Do
roll the
not-
damage.
Right. Okay, you must roll the attack before the damage.
Okay,
is what
just
it's
roll the
yelling at me
fucking
for.
attack. Fine. Fuck you, Foundry. Okay, it's an 8. It hits because you're automatically electrocuting him. Roll your fucking damage.
Okay. Come on, something better. Fuck!
So
He's
you,
lightning resistant.
you just like go, like the Emperor Palpatine, like hands forward,
That's
like I'm
exactly
going
what
to
I'm
shock
picturing.
you, and it just like lightly shocks him.
Unlimited power.
I mean, it is technically better than the last attack. Bright
It does
sides,
slightly more
bright
damage.
sides.
However, it does barely shock him. There's a couple of scarred, burnt areas on his flesh, but he seems to not take notice by it. You can see the adrenaline kicking through him, and his eyes begin to glimmer with energy as he lifts his axe up, and it begins to glow menacingly.
Uh-oh.
Menacingly.
Symbols begin to appear on the ground around the arena, forming what is effectively a gigantic
Yes.
X on the floor, as well as symbols around the arena. And these symbols begin to etch themselves into the sand.
What's he doing?
I have no idea.
This looks like if you let it finish, it will hurt.
It's a DPS check.
Do I recognize the symbol at all?
No.
Like it could be like certainly. Okay, cool. I thought I'd ask. Doesn't hurt to ask.
You don't have your wizard with you.
Quickly, you're gonna lose your.
Listen, it's not our fault. He wants
gonna-
to be here.
You're gonna lose your arm and a leg and your sibling.
Oh boy.
Well, they're
So is
pretty
that
young about
was-
that. Can I hit him again?
Sure, you can try. Go ahead and roll Nahara.
Just no, I'm going to continue trying to hit him any chance you give me.
Go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Damn it!
So, this time as you hit the shell of this shield, this gemstone plating that has appeared around him, a echo seems to come from Nahara, and actually it launches you backwards. Unbeknownst to you, like you were not ready for it. You actually end up hitting a stand over here-ish, about, I don't know, 15, 20 feet away, 30 feet away. And you can feel one of your ribs crack.
I give no fucks.
As you attempt to stand, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage. You are unable to get up.
No!
The pain in your chest hurts too much, and your legs won't respond.
Did any of us see this from across?
Yeah, you guys are watching this. Nemu, Yavari, and Basil are all watching this fight happen, as well as Findril just like yeet themselves at this shell with reckless abandon and seemingly hurt themselves in the process.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Basil's
You
gonna
can go
start
through
to.
the arena if you need to go around.
Basil's gonna start trying to make her way to try to heal him.
Finn would yell at you to not come any closer.
We'll say that she gets midway. She gets right here.
Yeah, decision making. What are you to do?
Does not want you coming any closer.
But you're hurt.
He growled like, I'm fine.
His eyes glance over the man in purple at the motions going on outside of this arena. And you see him, like, turn this crystal over in his hand and it glows again. And out of nothing.
Do we see this right?
Mhm.
Mimu's immediately gonna cast shield.
On.
Preemptive shield.
Around where him and Basil are.
We're
Because
not.
I don't
near
know
each
how far
other.
what this man's gonna do. And
You're
I
not
don't.
by me.
Yeah, I am. I went with you.
I believe shield is also
you're
on
not-
a person, isn't it?
I can't cast. I can only like if I'm right next to Basil, I think I can cast it. Well, she's in it, but I can't cast it onto Finn, unfortunately.
It is self, which means it's not a 5-foot radius. It is just on you.
Yeah, you can only cast it on yourself.
Well, get fucked, rabbit.
You can cast it on yourself and then jump in front of her and
That is true. You know what? That's the yeah. That.
seen that
Yeah.
in combat before.
Good idea.
He's
So-
gonna be a hero.
As you all do this, around Findrel
Mm-hmm.
appears shards of gemstone. The
Uh-huh.
tips barbed like harpoons. You go any
Uh-huh.
closer, you move, he dies. Hundreds of them surround you, Findrel.
I am still just glaring at this man unfazed.
His
Very
eyes are more
clear,
focused
very
on Nemu
fucking pissed
and
off.
Basil.
You're a monster!
I thought you were polite.
Not to this guy! He
No,
took
Nemu
our
thought the guy
friend!
was polite.
Oh, the guy? Yeah, he's not polite. He's a monster. He
I mean, I know
kidnapped
that
Kirin.
now.
He kidnapped Kirin. He's calling him his property. He took something from Kirin.
The crystal spins again in the man's hand. Nemu, are you jumping in the way?
Yes, Nemu is in front of Basil with his shield up.
A spear seems to materialize. Some sand are reaching out of the arena and actually like crystallizing into this spear that then immediately flies at Basil.
Oh fuck that shit. Hell no.
As it hits your shield, it shatters it. And the shield shatters as well as the spear. But, Nemu, you are knocked back across the room, hit a wall, and are knocked unconscious.
Nemo!
Boom.
You're not
Sorry,
hurt, just
Jesus.
unconscious. I'd like to make that very clear. You didn't actually take any damage.
He's just taking a nap.
Finn will unfortunately yell, I'm not actually going to yell because my husband is sleeping, but he's going to yell, Basil, shut the fuck up.
And seeing this happen, the man in purple immediately turns back to the fight, amusedly watching. Fenziris,
Is it my
what would
turn
you
now?
like to do? Yes.
Yes. All right. I rage.
Okay.
It begins.
The beginning of the end.
And you know what that means.
Yes.
I'm gonna end up using an attack, a movement, and a bonus action.
Okay.
Well,
Are you
part of
ending
the
Witch
bonus
Bolt?
action. I am.
Okay.
Witch Bolt is ending, and because of rage, it ends. It'll end regardless because you lose no focus on. You can't even cast spells when you're enraged.
Yeah.
So, and I rush directly across the arena, lightning shoots off of my body as the storm aura builds. And he'll be taking the lightning damage from that, as well as when I attack him with my pen axe.
Because of how well you're getting into this, I'm gonna give you advantage on this. Actually, I'm not even gonna make it advantage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it an automatic crit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Also, wife, I love you. I promise.
So go ahead and roll your damage, roll your attack, and then whatever it is, go ahead and roll your crit damage.
Need the bunny to stop threatening the almighty
Oh,
Baron,
so-
please.
She didn't even threaten him. She just
I
called
mean,
him an
I don't know
asshole.
if a 10
It's
hits.
just
And a
talking
monster.
shit.
It doesn't matter; it automatically crits.
Well, he should stop being
All
a
right
shithead.
then I will take the crit. 16, and it gets a damage bonus from rage.
It
And
needs a 13 to pass on your storm aura to take half damage,
Yep.
which it failed. Yeah, that was targeted under Nemu, but it didn't use Nemu's stats, so it's fine. So you can go ahead and roll the d6.
You're okay. D6. Fly like a D6. 1. He is really resistant to this lightning.
That is so funny.
You storm him, and all eyes in the room are on you, minus Nemu's, who's unconscious. As you bring your axe down and actually cleave through Krumgajon's chest, causing the runes to crumple in the sand and his body to crumple to the floor, as the sand kind of disappears to reveal a cobblestone arena. And as you stand there, a couple things are going to happen in quick succession. Okay.
Okay.
And this is for everyone. No actions
sleep.
until I finish explaining will happen.
Okay, I'm
scared.
sleepy, so I can't do anything, so it's okay.
As you cleave through Krumgajon and the sand disappears or giving way to this cobblestone, you actually watch as the Minotaur's body crumples to the floor and his heart rolls out,
Oh,
still beating lightly, bleeding blood
Ew.
all over the ground.
Ew.
A couple
fucking
seconds later, the man in purple gets up, looks over you all, and with a dismissive wave of his hand goes, "Enjoy your friend," and leaves, spinning the crystal one more time. And the air begins to shimmer around Krumgajon and Fairlara. Fairlara's body
No.
disappears, and Krumgajon's body disappears to reveal another body in its place.
oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's fucked up
Dragonfly
shit.
wings on a blue-haired fae.
Wait,
Bleeding into the cobblestone.
a blue-haired what? Oh, no, wait. Hold on.
What?
Do I recognize him?
Yes. Lying on the stonework
No.
is Aqua.
Oh my god.
Aqua?
What?
I didn't get a chance to draw this motherfucker yet. You fucking.
His body is split open in half by Fenziris's axe. His heart pouring out onto the cobblestone.
Quick, does anyone know CPR?
Basil is gonna get up. It's gonna start as, oh my god. It's gonna start as a slow walk. God, I haven't even had a chance to interact with this character and I'm hurt.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt, Ken.
I told you it was gonna be fucked.
It's gonna start as a little walk, and then it's gonna turn into a full-on sprint to where she goes and tries to hold him up. Aqua, what are you doing here? I'll try to make you better, I promise. And she's just gonna start spam casting every healing spell she has on him. Come on, wake up!
You
Wake up,
cast spell
Aqua!
after spell, sinew and flesh trying to mend itself together. But the heart has already rolled out of the body, lying next to you on the cobblestone.
We were supposed to see each other again. We were supposed to meet up, remember? You can't go now.
She'll reach for the heart and try to put it back in the hole.
Please, wake up.
Blood drips across your hands and your clothes. As you continue to try, Fenziris, you watch as this bunny tries desperately to just put the body back together. But it's to no use. Aqua is dead.
We were supposed to have tea together, remember? And we were supposed to do things, and we were gonna meet up. I still
look
have
back.
to show you what I can do.
I look back at Yavari in shock and a little bit of panic.
First, real quick, did I get to succeed in picking up Nemu?
Yeah,
real
you
quick?
did. You did get to pick up Nemu.
Okay, as Yavari is holding Nemu, she's gonna walk over, also in shock.
It is at this point as well that the crystalline shards surrounding Findril fall away. And you feel yourself finally able to stand again, despite this cracked rib.
I was supposed to show you. Look, I'm a druid now, and why isn't it working? Why can't I ever do anything right?
Hazel.
Why can't I ever do anything right?
Hazel, no, it's not your fault. Don't blame yourself. She's gonna kneel down and just hold Basil with one arm while holding Nemu with the other, just holding them both close.
Aqua, please wake up!
Fenziris grips his fist, an empty clenched fist, but it clenches so tight that you hear the stretching of the bone and the muscle and the sinew squeeze the skin and flesh around it. And he looks down and looks away and breathes. And seeing the three of them huddled together over this flesh, that this once person that Basil clearly cared for so much, just as Fenziris cared about Yavari's passing relatives being safe. He thinks for a moment, and then he raises his hand and holds out the palm, an open palm. And I can't use it because it doesn't exist.
What?
Let's see. Does it let me use it? Yes, I can. And if you'll see the chat.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. I know what
nice.
this is. Yeah.
Nice. Man, I forgot you had that.
Yep, I was saving it for when one of us dies, but this is we're using it on an NPC. Woo!
Hey, man.
Light surrounds the body of Aqua. Some motes of green light, some of red, some yellow, some blue. Seemingly coalesce as you hold out this card and touch this creature. The card itself incinerates, and pieces begin stitching themselves back together, as if out of magic. After a couple minutes, it finishes, the body completely stitched up and looking like there was never any injuries. However, Aqua is still heavily unconscious.
Aqua, look, your lips are they're together. Please wake up.
You can see Aqua breathing again, but Aqua is clearly unconscious.
His chest is moving. He's breathing. What do we do?
Yavari looks to Fenziris. Are you able to carry him?
I got him.
And
Okay.
he'll cap his pen axe and approach the unconscious body and pick it up and cradle it.
Thank you, Toll. Thank you for saving him.
Good job, big guy.
With that, you all are left alone with this unconscious Fae in this room. Nemu, it's about this point that you actually wake up.
Nemu begins to stir in Yavari's arms.
Yavari will look to him and then just like ease him back on his feet. How you doing, Twitchy?
Nemu, like before you like fully set him down, he just goes,
Is Hazel okay?
Yeah, thanks to you. You
Ah,
guys did a good job.
thank goodness.
and Nemu looks over to Fen, and he goes,
Where's the other horn guy?
He was never here.
What?
That big, fat, meanie, butthead asshole. He casted a spell and he made us think that it was Krumkachan, but it was Aqua. It was my friend.
Nemu is definitely like kind of like surprised Pikachu face for a second. And then after a second, he's like,
Wait a minute. How did he know that was our friend or Basil's friend?
I don't know. I don't like him.
I
I
have
don't
a
like
very
him at all.
Yeah, well, I have a very bad feeling that this won't be the last time we see him.
What if he hurts Tuvali? What?
Nemu like starts freaking out a little bit because he just doesn't know, like, because if Aqua's not safe, what about everyone else?
He didn't actually say you'd get your friend back alive. Even in the zone of truth, he simply told you that you'd be able to fight for your friend.
Oh yeah, 100%. I understand it now.
Technically the truth.
Yeah.
I thought he had said we'd get him back alive if we won.
No, he said he was alive at the moment.
He was pulling an Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Pulling a fucking Weasel is what he was.
Oh no, he 100% was a weasel,
Didn't
but
you
he was
say
doing
no?
the Obi-Wan Kenobi where it's the like the half truth kind of shit.
What a fucking bastard.
Yep.
And now that that has happened,
Wait,
what
but
would you all like to do?
where's Kieran?
We
Oh,
didn't get him back.
He never had Kieran.
Hopefully. I don't know about that.
It's not his play. If he had Kieran, he'd dangle him in front of us like a piece of treasure or jewelry he'd wear around his neck.
Well, didn't he kind of with that horn?
Finn's fist will clench and he's gonna punch the ground. He took his horn, but and there's no other way for Finn to like describe it, but he's just like he's too showy. If he had Kieran, he would have shown him.
Well, I hope you're right.
Fucking Alavar.
I wanna go home.
Did Findril say that under his breath, or
Oh, I mean, he said it if you could hear him, yeah.
that's a question? Can I hear it from here? And if yes, then who?
Oh,
I've never heard
hearing
that name
Basil,
before.
Finn is just like, let's get out of here first.
Yeah, we gotta get this one to a bed.
Are you able to stand? She asks BB.
He'll stand up.
You're a little limping, but you are able to stand. Which almost feels like a joke.
Yeah,
After not
he's
being able to stand before.
pretty fucking pissed, yeah.
Yavari will look to Basil and Nemu. Are you two okay to walk?
Basil's
Nemu-
just gonna nod.
Nemu just feels himself, doing the like patting himself down like nothing hurt, nothing broken, right? And he's just like,
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Basil just nods while she's. Well, it's obvious she's not like in tears and anymore like she was. She is. It is very evident that she's fucked up.
You've already
Not-
seen this. Oh,
Not physically, but she's not the chipper little bunny she usually is.
yeah, Yavari's gonna sense that. And then she's gonna be like, do you want me to carry you, Basil?
You don't have to. I can walk.
No, but mm,
I just
mm,
wanna get Aqua home. I wanna get them in bed.
I know. We will. But you need a friend, and I'm right here if you need me. And Yavari's gonna just like hold out her hand to him. Or her. Let's go.
Basil will hesitate for a second because she's just like, she's going through the motions. But then she'll take Yuvari's hand.
As
Yavari
you
will
are
walk with me.
getting up to leave Findril,
Mm-hmm.
you notice something shining near where Alavar left.
I pick it up.
A small card, about the size of
Oh.
an index card.
Yeah.
One side's adorned in black, and that purple letter A you so despise. The other side has a few simple words.
how do
Mm-hmm.
I do this?
Gonna scream.
Oh.
I'm gonna scream.
Oh.
I'm gonna scream.
No offense, Basil, but your friend didn't fight like the Krumgajon I saw.
Because
Hmm.
he's not Kromgajon. He's not a
I
big
know.
fat asshole.
I crumple the card and put it in my pocket.
I don't know how that man did what he did, but Aqua would never do stuff like that. He's mischievous, yes, but he's very kind.
Fenziris, as you are carrying Aqua, you notice a symbol on the Fae's neck fade away.
Oh,
Just disappear.
did I manage to recognize it before I noticed that it's no longer there?
It was like a cogwheel or gear.
Black gear.
Just a gear. Nothing specific, just
Hmm.
a gear that rapidly disappeared as you all walked out.
I will say nothing of it and continue on.
So did not mean to do that. Sorry.
And with that, as you all leave, I am going to pause the session here. Because now you all hate me.
No.
That was
No,
good
we don't.
shit.
I'm totally cool.
That was
That's some
just
good
emotions.
shit, bro.
And
That was
that
re-
now will
was really
drive
well.
you for the rest of the campaign, as I told you. You're simply lucky I couldn't find a use for the tomb before that.
Aqua
Yeah.
was the friend.
Well, I'm just glad that none of our friends, none of our player characters.
Okay, so
died.
that means that's the dragonfly's wing.
I was right. I
were
was
right. Which means
A handkerchief, some blood, a reaper, mass extinction, and a game in play. Or this is the first, yeah. So, dragonfly's wing crossed off. The mass extinction, probably Castle Enter Party.
maybe the
Why?
letter was the same A. The obviously it's this guy's calling card, which
Mm-hmm.
the purple A. So it's like, okay, confirm. We can say that.
Yeah.
So
A
quick
cross,
question.
a cry for help, hearts in the
Quick-
cobblestone.
Quick question. When you say pause, do you mean we're taking a break or that's session for tonight?
It is technically very close to where we would end session normally.
Uh-huh.
So I am considering calling it here and giving you guys the last 10 minutes or so to ask me questions. Because that was a lot to take in. For all of you.
I just
Questions.
I just put it all together. Okay, across the magic used was the cross, and then hearts on the cobblestone beating their last. His heart rolled out. Will you be saviors or villains? That whole thing was related to this event. That whole stanza. I don't know.
It was all one event?
That whole last thing. Yeah. That second thing.
A cross, or was it an X?
It's an X, but you know what they call it on the PlayStation? A cross. For some reason.
They do call it a cross.
So
I don't know.
a cry
I
for
have
help.
question.
That was me. I was the cry for help. That was
Hearts
all
beating their
me.
last. Will you be saviors or villains? Did we kill a friend or did we save them? We saved them.
Those last two lines. No, you know what? I'll let you figure it out.
Like, are we getting some out of it? No. All
I
right.
don't think it was all just this event.
Well, I'm not saying it all was just this event. I'm saying like a lot of those points reflect, like Fox specifically saying that the sand turned to like gave way to now it's cobblestone, and then his heart rolled out of his body. It's like it's all very distinct. That's why I'm saying that.
I will give you that. The hearts and the cobblestone wasn't tied to this event.
It wasn't. Oh shit.
It was.
It
Oh,
was,
it was.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But
misheard.
anyway,
My bad.
I will gladly take questions from people now.
Was there
boy.
something else to Nemu, Tuvali, and Finn's interaction that we just didn't get?
Good question.
I mean, there's plenty of things you could have asked him. I'm not quite sure what you're asking of me.
So I think what
we
Tressa
picked the
was-
correct teams.
You all got to where you needed to be in time.
was Tavali there early just because he was excited?
He was there early to make sure that you didn't show up and then run away.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because he figured that if he told you at this point, you might show up, freak out that family is coming, and try and leave, and he wanted to be there to see you. So he arrived significantly earlier. Turns out you guys arrived significantly earlier as well.
He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy.
So it was him.
Yes. Yeah.
So you don't have to say who or what or anything, but it seems like that the Crumgajon and Fairlara thing was a complete lure, and it seemed that's why I was asking, like, what's the reactions? Like, do they seem their normal selves, or are they just like blank? And it's like, that's kind of weird, you know. So I was thinking, like, so when he executed Fairlara, like, just gunshot to the head, and then it's like, and that dude has no problem with it, like, was that a real person that he executed, or was that also just a mirage, an image, an illusion?
Technically, that Fairlara was an illusion, a mirage.
Okay.
However, in the way that I have things planned out, Crumgajon's reaction to that when you asked him was legitimate.
Oh
or
shit.
Quote unquote Crumgajon's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cold blooded.
I know, right? Shit.
He said this bitch is toxic.
Be like, I hate this hoe. She's got me pinned down. I don't like this. Wow. Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Any other questions?
Holy shit.
This shit's crazy.
Why is he
This
such
shit's
an
crazy.
asshole?
I've been planning this for at least 5 weeks now.
Damn.
Ugh.
You know what? I have another question. Were you expecting me to save this NPC with the power of
As soon as you
bullshit
got the
and luck?
tomb, I figured it was going to happen. If I'm
Really?
being completely honest, I was desperate to try to find a way for you to use it beforehand, but you guys just wouldn't do anything. And so I couldn't institute anything to create a situation in which you would have to use it or would feel compelled to use it.
Okay.
Because my goal was for Aqua to be dead here. That was the original written plan.
Uh-huh. But now.
Now there's a reason for me to actually complete. I can
Complete as
actually
everyone.
do it.
You,
Yeah,
right, I'm
you
thinking
know
I'm
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
be
good.
honest, it was so funny when Addy was on your stream the other day and saw you drawing it. He messaged me because Addy knew Aqua was gonna die, because Addy and Sarah are two people I spoke to about this, and both of them told me I was absolutely fucked for doing so. But he messaged me and went, holy shit, she's drawing Aqua, and I went, yeah, it's a damn shame that Aqua's gonna die next session.
Guess
either way,
what?
even if he did die, you still would have drawn him. You just would have now had it would have been him and Basil hugging as like a past memory.
Oh, Lord. Thank God he lived.
But yes, this
Well,
entire
yeah.
scene was designed to gaslight you guys into thinking he had Kieran.
I knew
It
it.
was
We
Oh,
totally thought it
convincing.
too.
Yeah, you guys bought it.
Wait.
Hook, line, and sinker.
It's like it doesn't have Kieran.
Yeah, you all went for
Oh.
it. Hook, line, and sinker. It has to be Kieran.
Well, I'm glad that my
didn't-
skepticism was still like, but why? Like, would they even risk that? Like,
I wasn't expecting it to be one of Basil's
Basil's
friends. I will
friends.
admit
That's
that. Yeah,
true.
just because the letter coming from Krumgajon, you would think, right? But again, that's just Baron Bitch Boy. So
Well, like,
Ultra
was
great.
it so? Like, hold on. Was it in a way like a type of magic to where, like, technically it kind of was Krunkajon, but like, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
it was just Aqua's body.
yeah, like in a way, like he possessed his body in a way.
So Kieran's gems contain his magic.
Mm-hmm.
For those that know how to tap into said magic, or have been around his gems for long enough, they can harness it. The Baron is one such person. During that fight, he was
No
freely
magic.
manipulating universal dragon magic. Effectively on the level of if you can think it, it can happen.
You're saying Kieran is the Infinity Stones.
Kieran,
Kieran is the one who made the Infinity Stones.
Kieran is a creature that sits
on.
as a direct child
Hold on.
of a creature that is only vaguely referred to in D&D lore. If you would like to look it up, they are called the Luminous Being. They are a creature that the gods of gods of gods report to. They are everywhere at every point in time and space. They see all, they are all. Everything that everything is the Luminous Being. And Kieran is their direct child.
All is one and one is all.
So his magic is on the level of anything he can think of, he can effectively do if he puts his mind to it well enough.
Infinity Stones.
And he chose to be on the mortal plane. Well, no, technically he didn't.
He definitely did not.
He did not. Yeah, never mind. That is a diff. Never mind. I take that statement back.
But
Is he okay? No.
yeah,
Is
no,
he not
Kieran
with
is
that
still not
bastard?
okay.
But he's not with him, and that's all that matters. Oh.
So the magic used, like, even if you were like, you wouldn't be able to see through that illusion because it was such a perfect recreation of the actual individual.
It effectively was, yes. He overlaid a
Mhm.
copy of Krumgajon's soul as a glamour over Aqua.
Yeah.
And then controlled said glamour.
Damn.
The same with Fair Laura.
Mm-hmm.
They were such perfect recreations that it would have been impossible to see through it.
We just don't know who the bitch was they killed. Just some random girl off the street.
And it was only when he dispelled the illusion, because if he didn't dispel it when Krumgajon died, quote unquote Krumgajon, it wouldn't have dispelled it. That
Mhm.
glamour persists after death. He purposefully dispelled that.
Your
Be
mom's a
like, look
hoe!
what you did. Yeah.
Let that
Look
sink
what
in.
you
Yeah.
did.
Go ahead, have your friend.
Yeah.
You've just carved them open.
Yeah, you bitch.
And then I put them back together. It's all good.
So proud.
Now you're out of that card, which makes me very happy.
Now I'm out of that card, you son of a bitch.
Could draw it again.
I could draw it again.
But any other questions?
Anybody else?
Why do you like to hurt us?
Uh,
Just kidding. I know.
I
That's
have my
so
reasons
kidding.
for doing so, some of which are personal, some of which are game reasons.
Which are personal.
Personal. I love you anyway, but god damn it.
Damn, what did Buns do to you?
Everything.
Everything.
Buns was a side effect.
What?
Damn.
You know that
Harsh world.
Kermit's tea sip?
Yeah. Mm.
This was going to happen with Basil no matter what.
Damn.
Oh, I want to go to the next module so we can get closer to fucking killing this guy.
Got 2 days left. 3 days left after 2 days left after you all rest.
Yep.
But yes, some of the reasons for doing this are directly personal. As this part of the story was mostly homebrew and drawn from my own mind. Was it absolutely rude? Yes. Was it fucked of me to do so? Yes, but it accomplished the reaction I wanted.
Well, then there you go. And let's not forget all the stuff that Nimu's brother told us. By the way, we do have to consider that we might need a for our next stuff. Like, in order to get in, we might have to pretend to be peasants. In
We'll
which
just have to
case,
pretend to
we
be
will have
peasants,
to
yeah.
go in as nothing with no weapons and armor and stuff. So there probably isn't going to be a good way of getting in that way. So that's something to
Yep.
consider.
Sucks that his fucking dad is probably fucked up. God damn it.
Your dad's a member of a cult, buddy. I hate to tell you this.
Yep.
So, anyway, we have hit that time, so we shall reconvene next week and see what lasting traumatic effects this has on our characters.
Basil's gonna take a long ass depression nap.
Basil's gonna sleep for the next 2 days.
Well,
I might have
You're
to
not
bring in a
sleeping.
backup. I might have to bring in a temporary back. Just kidding.
we got
No,
stuff to do. No time for rest.
I can tell you right now when they get back, she's gonna have them put Aqua in her hammock and then she's gonna cuddle up right next to him.
Yeah, but I know that sight won't ever leave your brain. And don't
Nope.
worry, we'll be back to it.
Oh god.
But
I
anyway.
don't like it, Jim.
I shall let you all go here.
Okay,
We
dokie.
thank everyone who's come to stream to watch, and we shall see you all next week. Goodbye now.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.